Hello, my name is Saskia and welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would start a new series. It kind of hit me the other day and I thought I would go for it. So let me tell you what this idea is. I've decided to start kind of series based on classics. Classic. We had a lot of questions about what is classics, like is that classical music, is it classical literature like Austen? And I mean those are things, but no, my course specifically is not classics to do with music or like literature like that. So I thought what other way to kind of raise the kind of awareness of classics than here. So today I thought I would start the series by doing what is classics. No, just before I start this, I am not in any way the absolute authority on classics. It's my degree I'm at degree level, undergraduate degree level. A lot of things I say will be taken from my degree, things I've read, things I'm learning about, but please don't like quote me as this is the absolute truth, okay? Because for me, this is to the extent of my knowledge, the best of my knowledge that I'm equipping you with. But you know, other classical authorities might disagree with things I say, and that's completely fine. Because classics is basically a lot of like guessing and guesswork, which is great for my degree. Classics is basically the study of the ancient world. Yeah, that's it, done. Video ended. I'm not ending there. It tends to have the umbrella term of like European cultures normally, or like Western Asia. So it's actually in that sense quite limited to literally only a few civilizations. The first civilization we're going to talk about today is the Romans. I don't know why I did that French thing. So I'm pretty sure most people have heard about the Romans in some sort of way, through like TV programs, through like books or like novels, things like that. Like they're pretty much everywhere. But not a lot of people actually know too much about the Romans. They know kind of like the kind of romanticized version of them, but not exactly like who they truly were. So the Romans were basically situated in, you guessed it, Italy, with the capital city, Rome. There's this whole kind of founding story, which I'll go into in a different video, but basically the idea is that it started around 753 BC, which is, BC is like before Christ, so before Christ was like born basically. And then there's kind of the biggest debate is kind of when Rome kind of ended, because there is the last emperor, which was in 476 AD. Basically, so that kind of is, I kind of see where like the Roman kind of empire, Rome's kind of ended, but you had the Eastern Empire going on for quite a while, so it's debatable still. So that's kind of the Romans. And the next civilization that I kind of focus on are the Greeks. So the Greeks were in, I guess you could say, Greece, which is kind of, yeah, self-explanatory, I guess, via their name. Yeah, and they're very well known, particularly from films, things like Hercules. Like, there's a lot of kind of popular culture based on ancient Greeks, particularly like the Trojan War, the film Troy. Shout out to that film. Not very accurate, but I still love the film. Brad Pitt, just like. The Romans, they didn't really have like a capital city. They were kind of split up into lots of different cities that kind of, when put together, were Greece. But again, I'll go into that in a later video when I focus on Greece specifically. That's the term. They existed for a longer period of history than the Romans. So they kind of were before the Romans, and they were about 13 to 1200 BC. It's not entirely sure because not a lot of like written records or like up from this time, so we can't really pinpoint when they existed. We have a lot of like evidence in terms of like structures and ruins and lots of different kind of physical evidence rather than literary sources. And then you have them until about 600 AD. But then again, this is kind of like hit and miss or debatable, because like the Greeks were taken over a lot by the Romans, and then as a civilization were kind of incorporated into the Romans, and then so again it's all very higgledy-piggledy about when they started, when they kind of ended. But these are the kind of dates I tend to run by. Egypta. So the next civilization that I focus on are the Egyptians. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I'm obviously some kind of weird robot mummy, but I'm guessing a lot of you have probably seen the film The Mummy, and that's obviously very based upon like Egyptian culture, and I love that film, and it's Nina's like favourite, one of her favourite films as well, so yeah, Egyptians were basically based in, again, you guessed it, Egypt. Egypt. The Egyptians basically existed from around 3100 BC-ish. The ending of the Egyptian kind of empire is basically again kind of debate. You'll find this a lot in classics, that a lot of dates are disputable and debated constantly. Some people say that it ended in about 332 BC, kind of when Alexander the Great came along and I guess kind of overtook them and placed a new dynasty there. But then again, you could say it continued going on anyway, because they still had their empire just with a new king. So it could have gone on even to 31 BC, when there was the Battle of Actium, where Cleopatra was defeated, and that could have kind of been the end of the Egyptian empire. And then the final kind of area that I look at in classics is Western Asia / Mesopotamia. Which is kind of the area of Syria, Levant, just like basically north of Egypt and east of Greece. Basically it's that kind of plain where there's a lot of war at the moment. We do have evidence to when we can start to see the development of a culture out there in Mesopotamia, so about 5300 BC. About 550, 500 BC-ish is when like a lot of big civilizations kind of stopped. But like, obviously they still were living out there. It wasn't like, oh, you're no longer existing in there. Like, they still lived there, but kind of. That's kind of my quick intro to the classical world. The next few videos are going to be looking more in detail on these on the Romans, Greeks, Egyptians, Mesopotamians, particular like classical figures as well. If you guys want to know anything about particular figures, please put it down in the comments below so that I can have an awareness of what kind of direction you want these videos to go in. But don't worry, there's only like one series on my channel, so my whole channel is not just going to focus on classics, but this will be a playlist or kind of series that I'm really interested and passionate about, because obviously it's my degree. So yeah, I really hope you like this video. Please subscribe for more as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Bye!